Eli, turn off the stream if you haven't. So I'm thinking about when I'm giving coaching like this, I want to make people read something prior to me giving them coaching. So for example, the basics, like the dead basics of like what I'm going to coach them. For example, build paths and all that stuff. So I'll give them like a list of websites and stuff. So for example, Eli is going Dark Harvest, and if I go into probuilds.net, no professional player is using Dark Harvest. No professional player is using Dark Harvest. So that's number one. Like, see, straight off the bat, Eli could have improved something. It's not the 3 minute timer hasn't finished, so I'm still not able to. Okay, there we go. Kitty. I don't think the spectate feature client is the way to go. You should do a Skype call and then he screen shares with you. No, so Dildo, the thing is, I don't want to do live coaching. I don't want to coach him while he's in game. Wordless?
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Does it work?
30 seconds.
I think it does. Hey!
First blood.
That's good. Nice. Okay, so I'll follow Eli. So right off the bat, Eli could have done better build paths and stuff. So I don't know what to turn on. Let's see. Open up his items. Scoreboard's good, sure. Okay.
Minions have spawned.
So first off, wrong runes. So what I want people is, because if I'm coaching him during game, it's distracting and he's not going to play at the same level that he would without me coaching him. You know what I mean? It's the exact same thing as him playing an amazing game compared to when he wouldn't, like just amazing game like relative to his normal games, and then me not giving him coaching on things that on mistakes that he usually makes. You know what I'm saying? So first off, he has to check, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't really like that like whole LS thing where he does live coaching. So basically what Eli's going to do is he's going to watch the VOD review after the game. So he's resetting his queues properly here. There goes a bot side, he doesn't know that yet. Eli doesn't know that. Actually, Eli might have seen him on the ward. So Eli, what I would like you to do here is go and invade the enemy jungle before you even take the Skeletal Crab. So you should have invaded before you even took the Skeletal Crab. And the reasoning for this is because, let me explain something. I think I'm going to be doing live coaching on this and then writing it down. I think that might be better. And I'll also watch the VOD review to write things down so that it can be even better. You know what I'm saying? So you should have invaded before taking the scuttle. And the reasoning is because you saw Shaco Bob with that ward, right? You saw Shaco Bob with this ward right here. So basically, and he was taking scuttle. So the reason you want to invade deep and then go outer is the same reason that you steal enemy wolves before you steal enemy gromp. If you start taking enemy gromp, and then after you take enemy wolves, the enemy, like when the enemy drone is coming, and they go to check their camps, right? Or they maybe even come from here. The wolves are the first thing they're gonna check. If you take the wolves and then you take the gromp, they walk to wolves, and then they don't see that they're there, and then they kind of like have, you know, for a couple seconds they're like, where is this stuff? And then, you know, like maybe 1 second they like walk back and forth or something, and then they start walking towards their gromp, and then they'll see you, right? So that gives you an extra like 5 seconds before the enemy knows that you're in the jungle. Yeah, like an extra 5 seconds. Whereas if you do gromp and then you do wolves, you've taken away the free 5 seconds of safety. So that's it goes for the same thing, like right there, taking the enemy red, for example, or wraiths before taking the scuttle. It's the exact same thing. You go outer to inner towards your jungle. You know what? I don't really want to see scoreboard. Kind of blocks it out. So let's see. Pause. Eli currently has all abilities. His mid laner is losing the 1v1, so this is probably the best decision to just 1v1 this guy right here, but then... Yeah, just back out here. Don't even fight him, obviously. Kind of a shame. So now you just want to go like around here, because this actually would have been faster. You would have just wanted to go through the skull and take your jungle. And, let me just... Why am I pausing? You're going to contest your rates because he's going to try and take them? Well, you did see that his rates were up, right? So if he was going into your jungle, what you could have done here, Eli, was actually you could have just gone straight to his rates, taken his rates, and then maybe even just gone to his golems. But the safer route would probably just be take his rates, take your Gromp, take your wolves, go B. What I really like to do on jungle is, well, because look, number one, also here you take your rates and then your golems are up. So now the whole bot side of your jungle is like less worthy. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's less of a reason to go bot than top. Period. It just helps with your like jungling efficiency. If you just took rates and then Gromp and then B, that probably would have been the best decision there. And the thing is that what I really like to do on jungle is take one side of the jungle, so farm one side of the jungle, and then do something proactive. So for example, go for a deep ward or invade or gank. Because then when you do that proactive action, so for example, let's say I farm my like you just did, you farmed your wolves and you farmed your Gromp. Ignore the rates thing. Let's say you didn't do that, right? The proactive play initially, like all the way back, when you were ganking here, the proactive play, quote unquote, that I'm talking about right now, which comes usually after you farm, would have been to steal the enemy jungle, because then you would have done a proactive play and then farmed your top side. You know what I'm saying? Hi, kitty. Oh my god, my cat's ringing her. What do you want? Okay. So yeah, basically, you farm one side of your jungle and then you make a proactive play, like you gank a lane, or you invade, or you just go for a deep ward, and then you press B, and then when you go B, then you have the whole other side of your jungle to do, and then you do this whole side of the jungle, and then again, you make a proactive play, you invade, you take Scuttle. Scuttle isn't even really under that category. Scuttle is just like, if it's on that side, go for the Scuttle. So you would be like, okay, now I'm going to farm my bot side, and your rates would be up. And then you would make another proactive play, like invade for Gromp, or gank, or go for a deep ward. So like, farm one side of the jungle, make a proactive play, go B. Farm the other side of the jungle, make a proactive play, go B. What items do you have though? Oh my gosh, I really hate this. That's a fine. That's okay. You can see how much better when you see the game from his point of view. Oh, like what he's thinking. But I think the trade-off between what he's thinking currently, like me hearing that, because I can kind of like understand what he's thinking while just watching him play. I think the trade-off of not watching him play is worth it, because I have no idea how that worked out. Okay, nice. Now you should just be pressing tab. Oh no, oh no. By the way, you should have actually just taken your Gromp on the way down there. Would have been a safer play. Like, take Gromp and then gank bot. Press 2 to follow. You can see his mouse movement. I don't really care about that right now. It's not really that important. So, sorry, one second. Let me just summarize. So, Dildo, I think that the trade-off is worth it. Just watching the VOD review, writing notepads, like writing notes about me spectating his game after this. So, Eli, I'm gonna be writing the notepad after watching the VOD as well. Okay? So currently, you can just watch the VOD, but right after this game, right after this VOD review, I'm gonna rewatch the VOD for myself, and then I'll write down a notepad for you, according to what I've said, because that way I can just focus on, you know, critiquing, I guess, and then I'll send you the notepad. Now, the reason that I don't want to watch your live gameplay compared to the VOD is because if I'm watching your live gameplay, people get nervous, number one. They get more nervous than usual. Like, I'm just going to be watching there, like, ready to talk in the mic. I don't like that, man. I don't like that LS style thing. So, number one, if I'm not even talking, he just gets a little bit nervous. If I start talking, it confuses him, and League of Legends is so much about, like, instantaneous, like there's so much stuff that can happen like every single second, dude. Every single like millisecond of this game, right? So if I make a call, it's not gonna be, it might not be the correct call in like a second, like literally. So it's a little like micromanaging someone is not the way to coach. Micromanaging is not the way to coach. So yeah, I don't even think the chat is up here. So yeah, okay. That's pretty much the gist of it. That was a good gank. Now you should just go farm your rates, farm your golems, go B. Well, that should be the goal at least. You should be pinging right here, yeah. Okay, your guy's getting ganked, he's fine. So your guy's getting ganked, he's pretty healthy. Shaco's level 5, he's not gonna catch him. You should just be going and farming your rates and golems and then going B, because look at how useless this was. Like if your mid laner's stupid, he's gonna die anyways. So you made the decision to do it a couple of seconds later, right? But also, if you didn't even go back to mid to help your mid laner, he might not have even turned. He might not have even turned around, right? So the safer play there was just like literally after that whole thing happens, just do your rates, do your golems, go B. Now you're a little bit delayed, and Shaco's invading. Although I don't think this is smart of Shaco, because he can just, you should have walked away this way. Because he would have to jump over to invade, right? I think he might have his... Okay, that was free. Take your golems and go B. Explode over. You were thinking about doing dragon? That was actually not... That was not a bad idea. But the thing is, I don't know if you have the items for it. I think that's what you were looking for, right, though? Like that. See, the thing is, I can understand, like, the micro things like that. Right? I can see between his movements. I don't really care where his screen is going and stuff. I'm gonna tell him like, yo, you should be pinging your mid laner, you should be looking at top, you should be doing this and that, right? I'm not gonna say obvious things like, yo, watch. I don't think this is gonna work. It's okay. 1 for 1. So you should have just taken your golems and gone B, and the reason is because I'm not even gonna watch that play. You have already spent so much time out of base, and what you want to do, right? This kind of connects to the whole idea of like do one side of your jungle and then make a proactive play. You're kind of always up to date of, or like you're always kind of ahead of the enemy. Because if you're out of base for like 5 to 10 minutes and you don't buy anything, you're gonna be behind on items. It doesn't matter. Like your level advantage is pretty nice. But, you know, the enemy might have, like, literally a long sword or 2 over you, right? So, again, same thing. Like, yeah, I would prefer if you just did this. Golems, blue, scuttle, and then maybe gank top, you know? Or because you just saw Shaco bot, you could have invaded. Let's see. Man, there's so many things. There's so many things, but, see... A big thing right now, Eli, is that a lot of your gameplay is being affected because of small but very, very important mistakes. Like, this is a fine gank. This is great. I love this because this is pushing towards you. You should have waited, yo. You should have waited. You should have been more patient. Because that's such a big opportunity right there. Yeah, you got spotted. That's such a big opportunity though, you should have just chilled. Now they know, but I don't even think I really noticed you because she would have pinged you there. Check, didn't notice. That's pretty low. Okay. Run straight to skull. I don't know if that was you pinging the gank mid, but you shouldn't be ganking mid. You should be taking skull here and then going B. So take scuttle, go B. That's your plan right now. Nothing's gonna happen here. You're not. I mean, you don't want to force anything here. That's okay. But yeah, yo, honestly, a good thing is that a lot of your issues are coming from like very small decisions like this. Like, you're already gonna become a much, much better player if after making a play, or max like 2 plays, you press B. You know, ref taking skull there, you could have just pressed B. I don't even know how much money you had. It must have been quite a bit. Is it X? Yeah. So, also this build path looks a little bit awkward to me. I'll show you the probuilds.net website. It's really, really good for builds. So again, like even your rune is kind of off. Dark Harvest, people don't do that anymore. I don't know if it's ever since after the nerf, or if it's just always been like that on Rengar. But no professional player is going Dark Harvest right now. They're all going either what's that one that heals you one hit? Haste thing? They're going 2 different runes. That or Electrocute. You should have just gone to farm your golems and maybe even just taken dragon. Like this is really bad because you're just spending time farming this wave. This guy could have just done Herald. This guy could have done Herald because wow. I know I'm kind of coaching the Shaco right here, but if you're the Shaco, that was a free Herald. He jumped over. He saw that your team grabbed the Skull Crab. Because your team grabbed the Skull Crab, there's a very, very low chance that your team warded the Herald as well. He could have just taken this like secretly for free. And by the way, you farming the since I'm coaching you, this farming the wave mid was like really I like that idea. Yeah, that's a huge waste of what? 30 seconds? That's doable. I think your ulti ran out. Yeah, so Eli, basically, a really big issue of yours is that you're not planning what you want to do ahead of time. Your decisions, the really big thing of part of climbing is you want to have at least an idea of what is going to happen in the next couple of minutes. It really seems like your decisions are coming down to like you are kind of reacting to the enemy team instead of making the plays and setting up the game to be to you. You know what I'm saying? Like you could have fairly easily put yourself in a position to decide the pace of the game. Their jungler just died, you can just take your camp. So their jungler just died, you could have you could have taken your camp, smited it, and been with enough HP, just taking the camp. I mean, their top laner just won Mia, so you'd probably be safe with, do you have a trinket ward? I think you have a trinket ward. You could have just placed the trinket thing over and just taken your whole camps with smite. Because their jungler just died, so there's, yeah, you're not going to get invaded. And, unless it was by the Aurelia, in that case you would just, You know, I'm really glad, Eli. Like, there's a lot of things here that can be fixed so simply. That's a great thing. It's honestly, look, very evident big mistakes are the best. Like, you should be happy that I'm calling you out on these things because these are mistakes that you can easily fix. Like, this is huge macro things. Micro decisions, for example, your combo mid-air on Rengar, that's honestly also kind of simple to fix. You can just research that, right? Or, like, you know, you jump mid-air, what is it, EQ? E before you land and all that stuff. But things like take the enemy jungle from back to front, boom. Like your gameplay is gonna improve so much. What's up, Jordan? Why is everyone using all these like weird ass emotes? By the yeah, so BTTV has been enabled. I added in 4 emotes. I'll show you guys in a bit. So dead. Okay. So you killed her, your Wraiths just got up, your whole topside jungle is up. His bot side jungle, you just saw his blue spawn, go down there. Or shove mid. That's actually also good. Wow. You made the right call. I apologize. How many minutes is it? 14? Do you have a herald? Oh, you don't, right? Pushing mid here is a 100% the right call. That is great. Okay, so, I mean, you apparently know the answer, but it's because your mid laner roamed, and the enemy mid laner was also not there. So you can get like a ton of free tower damage and shove in the wave. That is amazing. Good call there. You overstayed a little bit and probably should have ran this way, but yeah. Okay, now you're dead, but okay, yeah. Thank God there's something to learn from that, because then you would have been coaching me. So I'm not gonna focus on your teammates' plays. That was the right call. Shove that in, hit a couple of autos. Then you saw Shaco disappear from top. After a couple of autos, you should have backed out. You know, when you have a feeling of him being like around this area, you should be already backing out. You know, taking your camps and stuff. Your whole top side has been up for like a while. And yeah. Also, let me quickly go back to that. See if So, you know, Shaco's already been Mia. Actually, you saw Shaco on a pink here, bro. So you see Shaco on a pink, you should be walking down like this way, and you know it was topside, and you know his blue is up right now, because you already saw it go up. When a buff is respawning on the map, it disappears for everybody, and then shows that it's respawning. You could have taken his blue, and your bot's pushing. Okay, nice. This is what I wanted to check, was would their bot lane be able to counter, like, stop your counter jungling? No, they wouldn't have. So you would have seen him on the pink here. The right play would have been just walk this way, steal his blue, maybe his Gromp's up, it is, maybe his Wolves are up, you check it. Yeah, so Eli, don't worry about it. I'm also going to be rewatching this VOD and writing the notepad for you because, like, I'm going to be writing the notepad off of this VOD that I'm making. Like, I'm going to be rewatching the VOD as well because I thought it was better for me to be able to speak and critique a little bit more and, like, think a little bit more clearly, and then write the notepad. And Eli, I just want to say, so thus far, this is a really good game. Okay? This is a really good game to improve off of. Because your mistakes seem to come down to like 2 to 3 things. 2 to 3 very big things. I'm not shit talking you.
Shut down.
2 to 3 things that you're doing are like so easily fixable. Like so easily fixable. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you them right now because again I'm still going through the VOD. You should have just gone for a let me see. Where's Shaco? Yeah, so you just saw Shaco at blue. So you see Shaco blue, stop your blue up. Well, actually, you almost finished it. I really hope you go for Herald here. You should have just gone for Herald. Herald is way more worth than 1 kill. Especially when it starts coming up longer than this. What's up, Rect? Dude, how are you guys using all these... How do you guys know to use all these nice emotes? What the heck? Why is it just this stream? Is there something saying that BTTV is like enabled? That should have been a really free kill. I guess let me focus on the micro here. I'm gonna go through it. I don't really like focusing on micro too much, but let's see. So taking the pink is a little bit useless first off. Second off, you jump. What? So let's see. What do you want to do midair? Okay. You have a team out, right? What's the combo on Rengar? See, I don't even play Rengar that much. Your idea is... Thanks for the follow, Tony. That's my brother. Again. Midair, you want to toss an E and then Q, right? And Red Smite. I'm pretty sure you forgot Red Smite. And that could have killed him. Your Red Smite's up. You didn't have to land anything. Okay. The whole micro, like, jump. Honestly, YouTube that. Like, what combo do I do on Rengar mid-jump? YouTube that. I don't really want to teach you that. If it's someone like Zed, I can teach you because I can help you more in depth than, like, Rengar guides on YouTube specifically. But as for here, just like a jungling thing, Red Smite would have killed him. Do you have Red Smite? You do, right? Yeah, you have Red Smite. Wait. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I don't mess up. That's why I would have killed him. Like, he would have died in literally 1 tick. Okay? What's the sub emote as well? Ah. You went for the level 11? Wait, did you hit level 11 on that pink ward? You're kidding. Oh, you talking about level 11 on the blue? Yeah, that's fine. But it's just right here, you should have gone for Herald. Because Herald, again, it's way more worth than a kill. So, blah, blah, blah. That happens. Shaco is going to take the dragon very... He just took the dragon, didn't he? I think the game's bugged out. He took water dragon. Wait, when did he take the water dragon? I'm lost. Yeah, no, don't worry about it. Yeah, there's a lot of like macro decisions that you're messing up on, which is good. So also at this point in the game, I'm not gonna pause there. All these turrets are broken. As you can see, your team is kind of pushing up onto their side of the map. So instead of farming your own jungle, whenever you can, you want to farm theirs. Because not only do you get CS, you also deny the enemy team from getting CS. This is just like a laning thing, you know, like a League of Legends, any lane thing. When you shove, for example, not only do you get your CS, I'm not even gonna focus on that. Your team shouldn't be going ham. He's on Herald. Herald's huge here. And you said that the game ended, right? So it's probably off of this. So if you're a laner, let me explain it like this, and then I'll connect to the jungle. If you're a laner and you shove in the wave, you get 6 minions max, and the enemy might lose up to 6 minions, which is actually a +6, -6 for them. Wait, it's a -6 for them, +6 for you, so it's actually a 6 + 6. It's a 12 CS advantage. You understand? That could have happened instead of, for example, all the minions just killing themselves, which is a 0-0. Okay, so it's a +12 advantage. In jungle, I'm just gonna count each camp as 1, even though I think League counts them as 4. Okay. Let's say you killed your Gromp. What do you get? You get +1. What does the enemy get? They don't lose anything because this isn't their jungle. But if you take the enemy's jungle, you get a +1, and they get a -1. So it's kind of like a 2-point advantage. Okay. So whenever you can, you want to farm the enemy jungle instead of farming your own. That was Eli. That was a really bad Herald. Okay. Oh lord. Oh, jumping. Fuck the bitch up. I'm sorry, I'm swearing. I'm not gonna swear anymore. Okay, Eli, you should be spanking them right now. I'm gonna. Okay, let me explain. First off, for Herald, that thing should have been saved. It lasts for like 5 minutes. Also, if you kill Herald past like the 16-minute mark, you can actually grab. How long does Herald last in your inventory? I think it's 5 minutes. I think it's 5 minutes. Okay, if you kill Herald around the time of Baron spawning, you can get Herald. You can get Baron buff because your team is smashing. You'll get Baron buff, and you can toss a Herald on top of it, and you end the game like 90% of the time off of Baron and Herald. So this Herald is like very forced. This is just like a poor Herald. Like the person that's gonna be helping you push with it is like not even healthy. They're not even gonna help you push if someone comes. Why not just slow it down? Okay, box is already exploded, so you should be jumping on them right here. You should have just jumped on Pike. That's number 1, micro. Should have jumped on Pike and Shaco here when the box already exploded. And here, as soon as you see Tristana like jump like that, you are going in for Tristana. Wait, there was actually an earlier moment where you could have gone for Trist. No, I guess it was just Pike and Shaco. I apologize. It was my camera angle. Wait, was it right there? Wasn't it? Can't you jump as Rengar from here? Can I see your attack range? Is that a thing? You jump? Can you jump right there? Oh, you tried. I think. Anyways, the proper play is jumping on Shaco and like there. By the way, don't worry. The rest of the coaching is not this like sloppy. I know the past couple of seconds have been very sloppy. Just range, yeah. So the thing you could have improved there, micro-wise, was jumping on Shaco and Pike. Don't worry, like this VOD's a lot better than what I just have explained in the past 30 seconds. So yeah, I'll explain everything. I'm not gonna repeat notes. I'll explain it all in the VOD. Okay, so something, for example, like right now as you're respawning, plan on what you're gonna do. I kind of already said that previously in the VOD. I'm not gonna repeating notes like that, okay? Because there's kind of no point when I'm doing the notepad. And the reason I like notepad more than just like a VOD review is because this game is so specific. You know, I feel like if I tell you things like Rengar versus Shaco, I mean I will, but I'll also explain like the more general idea of like what you want to do as Rengar, because you're playing a lot of Rengar, right? So I want to explain to you the general idea of like Rengar playing as jungler versus someone like maybe Shaco. Generally. Because then you can apply to other games where you're not exactly Rengar versus Shaco and top's not Sion versus Irelia. I don't think you want to go in here. Okay, I guess you won the game off of that. Alright, see you, Dilla. fed are you right now? Dude, I've been so focused on like going back and forth between Dildo and the VOD, which is fine. Okay, that works out somehow. You know your limits. Good on you. You actually destroyed them. And you went back for the kill too. That was solid. Raid for the NATO. And they FF because you said the game was over. Oh no, I've actually just been pausing so much. This is way later in the game. I don't really care too much to coach right here. The game is so different now. The game is so different now. But let's see. Like this game's pretty much already over. So at this point in the game, let's just see. Your goal is actually just a team fight and jump on the Tristana, right? One shot Tristana and then like you have flash as well. You can flash away right after. One shotting her. Or that. Wait, let me explain that point actually, because that is a little bit important. You want to have like a general idea of what's going to happen in the next couple of minutes, okay? Now that you're here, let me explain. So here, for example, the general idea was force a fight, insta-kill Tristana when you land because you're like super fed. Flash out possibly, you know, red smite her by the way, because you have red smite. Flash out just so you don't get insta-killed. And yeah, and then your team has like a 45 and you're fighting and you're probably going to win the game because the rest of your team is also pretty strong. But that ends up happening. But the important thing is that you have like a general idea of what's going to happen in the next couple of minutes. And that is one of your huge problems which can be fixed. Holy. What's up, Gengar? Fuck you, Michael. Maybe Shaker was there. Oh, sorry, I'm going back and forth between the plays, guys. I apologize. So, if you want to say something about the game specifically, you have to like be very specific because I'm going back and forth. This is my first coaching session in like months, so I was also a little bit off. But yeah, as I said, I literally called it like right here that I was like kind of. There was pretty much no point in coaching this because this game's like completely over. Your team just runs down mid and you win. Okay? But Eli, I will be going through every single part of that game. Okay? Because there was a lot to learn there. I'll be rechecking the VOD for myself and writing down the VOD. Writing down the notepad for this VOD. There's a lot to learn. If you want, you can check out the VOD like right now. I'm not sure if I want to write the notepad right now because that would mean that I have to turn off the stream for like another 40 minutes. I think how this will work is check the VOD if you want. If you don't want to watch it, check the VOD with the notepad after. Because I think a good idea is that I'll be writing, because I have to get off the computer tonight at like 10:30 p.m. EST anyways. At 10:30 p.m. EST, I'll be going through all the VODs of people that I've coached today. So whether that be just you, Eli, or other people, and I'll be working from like 10:30 plus to writing down proper notepads. Not rushing myself so that I can stream again in like 30, 40 minutes, you know? Yeah. Yeah, no, Eli, don't take notes. I mean, take notes if you want. But this is what I'm saying is I'm going to be writing down the notes for you. And I'll be even giving more coaching in the notes. Because as you saw in the... By the way, let me change this back to not full screen. I mean, not borderless. So I can alt-tab. As you can see here, when I was coaching Blake Toad here, I also did a VOD for him. But I didn't give actually this much detail. And this is, you know, for example, point 2 here. I don't know what it is. Honestly, don't even focus on what it is. Point 2, I might have repeated like 4 times through the VOD. But here I'll just summarize it and then explain it, right? So there were honestly 2 to 3. I apologize. This is the only thing you have to like kind of bear with me while I try to relearn how to coach. After these VODs, okay, you can check the VOD yourself. I will be going through the VOD myself after the stream and writing down a very in-depth notepad like this for you on that VOD. And that VOD won't. That notepad won't only include things from that VOD specifically. It won't be like, oh, at minute this you shouldn't have gone on Shaco. You know, it'll be like general as well. As you saw, like there's specific things here, there's general things here, there's ideas of League of Legends that I think you should know. There's basically just things that I think you need to know to improve as a player. Okay, like all around. So yeah, I will be writing this notepad at 10:30. But just to summarize, while you're here, there's around 3 things that you can improve on very easily. Like literally starting the next game, you can improve them. And it's not like it's 3 things you can improve next game because they're not like combo midair, like jumping on Pyke. Do you remember the Pyke kill top lane? That should have been very easy because the smite. That can be fixed. But, you know, a combo midair, you can YouTube that. That might take you 2 to 3 games to learn. You might mess up a little bit more. You know, it might take like 20 games before you like perfect the combo, right? Who knows? But this is things like how to invade, right? Because when you're invading, you're going, for example, front to back. So you're going, if you're invading the enemy's blue side, okay, like on that map. Let me, is the game still open? Yeah. Thank God, I don't have to like show you guys some freaking weird thing. If you're invading, okay, you go like this, and you invade Gromp, and then you take Wolves. Like, that's your way of invading. But automatically, one thing that will improve your gameplay is, when you're invading, take Wolves before Gromp. And I'll quickly explain that, I might as well. The reasoning is because if you take Gromp and then Wolves, okay, let's add up the seconds. You walk to Gromp. Or you walk to here, okay? Let's say you walk to here. Let's start the game from here. You walk to here. Let's start the play from here. Walk into Gromp. Let's say it takes you, because the thing from here to here, this is about 2 times the length, right? This is about 2 times the length of this. So let's say this is a 1 and this is 2, okay? Just like points wise. I don't know how many seconds it would take. And I don't want to start adding up like random seconds. So if you go through here and then over here, this will take you 1 plus 1, well, 1 plus like a half plus 2, because you get back to this base point. F the math. Let me try and simplify this. When you go to Gromp and then you take Wolves, because you've already taken Gromp and that took you a couple of seconds, by the time that you're getting to Wolves, you are a Gromp's kill worth of time already deep into their jungle. So when their jungler starts coming and checking his bot side jungle, he's going to go to his Wolves first, right? So he's going to check his Wolves and then he's going to check his Gromp. So he has to walk from here, maybe if he goes through here, like he has to walk through here and then check his Wolves, and then he has to walk all the way back, and he still hasn't seen you if you are at Gromp. But if you're at Wolves, he goes over here, and boom, he catches you. But if you take Wolves first, and then you take Gromp, sure, you're killing Gromp a little bit later, but he doesn't catch you as fast. So the enemy team won't be onto you invading as quickly. Okay, so you did that a couple times that game. That includes things like the skull, and I explained that, right? So for example, you saw the enemy jungler on bot side, so instead of taking the skull right now, you could have invaded and then taken the skull, right? So back to front. So things like that are your main issue, which you can literally fix like instantly. Have the notepad right there, read it. Okay, boom, I gotta do this game. Right, when you invade, just fix it. And you might be a little bit too focused on improving those specific things when you play. So you might actually lose games and be like, oh man, I made a mistake I should have invaded top instead of just automatically invading because I was focusing on the invade portion of the guide or the notes. You know, that might happen, but like it'll take a little bit of time for you to integrate your current skill and the things that I will write or have also said on the VOD. Okay, it'll take you a little bit of time there. So be patient. Whatever I write on the notepad for you, it's gonna be nice, it's gonna be concise, but it'll be a lot of information. Take your time on learning it. It's up to you, the pace that you take. And yeah, Eli, do you have any questions? And while you're thinking about those questions, I want to see if I can say anything else prior to writing down the notes. Let's see. Well, if you want to check the VOD yourself, you're free to, obviously. The VODs, guys, they're not for subs only, so if you want to check the VOD there as well, go for it. I think I might post these on YouTube. Possibly. Yeah. But it would be a huge file. So, I might post it on YouTube. Anyways, you can check the VOD if you want, but again, I will be writing down the notes for you later in the day when I check the VOD by myself. Yeah, also, Eli, I think I should follow up with you and do another coaching session for you, because to be honest, I was a little bit distracted, no offense, Dildo, because I was relearning coaching, number one, and Dildo was a little bit distracting while I was trying to focus on your gameplay here, right? So, the VOD is a little bit not as good as I want. I don't want the coaching wasn't as great as I want it to be. So I might follow up with you in like a week or two. Okay, after New Year's, I don't really care. And review another game of yours, okay, to see how you've improved and all that stuff. So yeah. So I'll do another VOD review for you in like 1 to 2 weeks or sometime, right, in the future. Because it was still good. There was a lot of great information that I can write on the notepad, but the VOD won't be as easy for you to watch. Because you might have played a 20-minute game, and I think the VOD might have been like 35 or 40. You're very appreciative. Dude, I appreciate the opportunity to coach you because I love talking about League, and I love coaching in League. I love coaching like League of Legends, right? Which is why I wanted to make like that website. I keep looking for the paper. I wanted to make a website which was like League info related. I hope that this stuff helps you. I think it will, like for sure. Because let me just tell you a couple more tips, okay? Ooh, actually, not even just on the notepad, okay? Just period, like right now, I will give you a little bit of coaching, okay? Just so that you can learn for your next couple of games, like for today. Number one, probuilds.net. Okay, you started off with the wrong rune, and let me explain to you why. When you go on probuilds.net and you search up the champion that you want to play, here you will see all of the pros slash famous people, because there's people like Wings of Death. He's not a pro, or he used to be. Pro slash good players at the champions on that champion. And if you look here, this is the runes, right? So you search up the champion. Let me explain to you the layout of this website in case you guys don't know. This is the champion, obviously. Because if you go on Pro Builds right here, this is all the most recent games, right? From most recent to last recent. This is the champions they're playing. This is the champions they're facing. This is their KDA. This is the gold they got. This is the keystone they had. And these are the items. And this is the summoners, right? So if I search Rengar here, okay, I'm mentally deficient. You can search up players, by the way, like Faker, and you can see all his recent games. But anyways, this website's amazing because here, for you, for example, you could have searched up, okay, Rengar. And then you look for like, maybe let's look for the people that are winning games, or maybe you want to click on the people with like the best KDA. Let's see. This guy seems to have the best KDA on this screen. This guy has like the best KDA, period. So let's click on this guy, right? Although, wait, that is a top laner. I have a question about your Red Invade level 2. Yeah, go for it. No problem. The game is still open, so while you ask it, I'm going to be explaining this, okay? So you want to look for junglers, actually, by the way. My bad. So you click jungle here, and then you can see all the smites. Now, who has the best score? Looks like this guy. Well, looks like this guy. So apparently Rengar doesn't even look that good recently, because the pros are not doing that well on him. Okay, here we go. 17, 3, and 5. But you almost don't want to click this, because this is way out of the ordinary. Let's go to Max Lore, A4 and 6, okay? So what does he have? He has Electrocute, right? No person here is going Dark Harvest like you. I think it might have been after the Dark Harvest nerfs, or it might have just been like Rengar never got Dark Harvest, but like you only see one Dark Harvest game here. 2. You see 2 Dark Harvest games, and the rest are this. What is it even called again? I forgot. Fleet Footwork and Electrocute, okay? And then, off that you'll be like, okay, Electrocute is much better than Dark Harvest. So immediately you could have fixed one thing before even going to game. But where was Max Lore? Or okay, there, Max Lore. Cool. So then I'll go here and I'll be like, okay, was this game specific to the champion that he was playing? You don't have to look into it this deeply if you're just queuing in for a game. As really quickly you want to see a build path. But for example, you might be like, okay, he was facing Lisa in jungle. That's a very aggressive 1v1 jungler. So maybe that's why he built this way, right? Like he built tabbies because he was going to 1v1 the Lisa in early game. Let's see. Right? Look at that. Boom. He got tabbies literally to 1v1 the guy early game. Because their team's like hella full AP. Right? So it's Tristana and Lee Sin, but he also wants to 1v1 the guy early game. So this was his build path. You can see that when he spawned, he bought these items. 5 minutes, he went B, got a Tiamat. I don't know if he got a kill or something. Right? Maybe like if that's even doable. If 5 minutes Tiamat on Rengar is doable. But first back, you got Tiamat. Second back, you got tabbies and double long term. So you don't want to second back only when you can buy these things. But, on your second back, you want to focus on getting this thing first. And then this, and then this. And then third back, and then fourth back. So and then you can also see like build path. You can see he got Tiamat first, then tabbies, then Duskblade, then Yomu. So Duskblade, Yomu's. So he tripled lethality, right? So he probably even has the sudden impact, yeah, because that'll stack on the armor pen. So this is an amazing website. You should check this out first off because you have the wrong rune going into the game. Okay, now let me open up the game to see what you're talking about. Red Invade's actually way earlier than that. So you did blue. Now what I want to say is I didn't even see this ward. So let me read what you said first. So I get the reasoning for playing front to back. No, back. Well, I mean it depends on how you look at it. But yeah, like deeper into the enemy jungler, into the enemy jungle, closer to yours. So you want to start from the back here or front, however you want to look at it, and then make your way back to safety. So go for the riskiest play first, because the riskiest play isn't even going to be risky, because you know that the jungler isn't going to be there, right? So for example, you saw Shaco here. You know that if you go for his like wraiths or red, he isn't going to hit you. So I get the reasoning for front to back, but on the invade level 2, I went for Grom first, so that I get level 3 in case he came. Is that the wrong move? Yes, because you don't even have to worry about, like, wait, did you did blue Grom? Wait. Oh, you hit level 3 here off the scuttle? Wait. You went the Grom first. Wait, what? Wait, what do you mean? You did. Oh, you're talking about red Gromp. I apologize. Let me just really quickly type it so you can understand that I understand. I understand now. Okay. Red Gromp. Sorry. I just call it red buff, but I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I apologize. So, Scuttle isn't the right move. Because a Scuttle before red buff isn't the right move. So let me explain to you. Let's go all the way back to when you see Shaco. Because your teammate, for some reason, warded the enemy jungle, and that was amazing. Oh wait, that was on the invade. Okay. On the early game invade they did that. So, when do you spot Shaco? Oh, you spotted me even earlier than this. Oh, you know he's doing it, period. Okay, so number 1, you took your red. Number 2, you see him going to Gromp. So, all like right here, in this moment, what you should be doing is walking to their red. Like, that should be your idea. Right? I'll change the idea as you go. Okay, so you should be walking to red right now. And because you don't make the proper moves, I'll explain to you what you should be doing, okay? So you should be going to his red and hitting his red right now. You even see him go downwards. Now, is Shaco, when he's going down, is he going to do this? Is he going to go around like this? And even if he does go around like this, you'll spot him on that ward. Is he going to go down, around, and then do his red? No, like no chance. He's going down for Scuttle. And you have a ward there, which is like amazing. You've been literally gifted early game by your team. Do you spot him again? Ooh, I think it dies just before you hit. Wait, pause. Oh yeah, you do not see him. That ward is... could have been better. That's a shame. That's a shame. But anyways, you didn't even really need it, to be honest. You should have already killed his red, taken his wraiths, and then Gromp takes way damn too long. So you should have taken his red, taken his wraiths, which you could have done in this whole time actually. Alright, so by the time that it takes you to kill the blue, that's around a similar time, let's say, that it takes you to kill red, because I think red actually has a little bit more armor or something. So killing red takes the same amount of time as killing blue. So you would have already killed red. And you would have already been on his wraiths instead of killing Scuttle here, right? And then now you'd be walking to Scuttle. And look at him, right? Because you knew he took bot Scuttle. So what I'm trying to say is, when you did red, and you saw him here on blue going to Gromp, you should have taken his red. When you saw him go from Gromp to Scuttle, you should have taken his wraiths. Do you understand? I think that's what you're looking for. That's the answer you're looking for. So then because you've already taken his red and wraiths, then you go into Scuttle. Well, actually, there's kind of no point in watching because the right move isn't really made, even from like the get-go. Don't worry, I'm not shit-talking. I'm just saying, like, there's kind of no point in continuing the coaching from here. So, boom, boom, Scuttle, take your whole bot side. You haven't even done your wraiths, so your clear could have been, like, amazing. You could have taken half his top side, more than half his top side, and taken your whole jungle. What I would have done here was red, wraiths, Scuttle, Gromp, wolves. And then from Gromp, wolves, you have the decision. Do you want to go B? Buy, like, I don't know, what would it be? Would it be like a double longsword? Do you want to buy your items and then continue jungling? Or do you want to just finish your whole jungle? Because this is the thing. If you do red, wraiths, Scuttle, Gromp, wolves, wraiths, and then golems, when you press B, number one, this is going to take you longer than if you went B, right? If you went B and got your like longsword or whatever, this is going to be a little bit quicker. And when you do that, what's going to spawn first, your bot side jungle or your top side? Your top side jungle, right? So when you're B and you are walking out of your base, where are you going to go? You're going to want to go top side. Because if you go bot side and try to, you're not going to gank this. Actually, wait, this isn't really the moment in the game, so I don't really know. But, you know, you kind of want to head top side because if you try to do something like gank the top or take the golems because maybe he didn't take them, or just go for a deep ward because maybe you had enough money for like a longsword and a pink and you place the pink here, This is an amazing pink ward spot, by the way. Then, you know, by the time that you're coming back, your golems are coming up. I mean, your Gromp is coming up. And then after your Gromp, what did you kill? You killed your wolves. So what's going to spawn? Your wolves or your wraiths? Like first, obviously your wolves. So again, right, like you're going to kill Gromp and then you're going to kill wraiths. I mean, you're going to kill wolves. And then again, you have a choice. Do you want to continue jungling and hit like level 6 off of this next clear? I think it'll get you level 6. And then Skeletal might even be spawning again. So then you can contest Skeletal bot or top, wherever it is, because you're ahead. Or do you want to go and gank a lane, and then after you gank, press B and do the exact same thing over. And this is going to be in the VOD review again, but since this is connected to your current point, what I recommend is taking one side of the jungle, and then, like, if you're not farming early game, I recommend that you take one side of your jungle, and then try to do something proactive. So, for example, take your top side, and let's see, is Skull respawning top side? You know, you should have been like heading bot side if Skull was respawning. So let's say top side Skull was respawning. So you kill your wolves, you kill your Gromp. And then you can go, okay, I'm going to go fight for Skull. So you should be already pinging your mid laner like, yo, I'm going to go Scuttle. Maybe you have a pink here, so you're safe. Or you're safer. You know, there's like so many variables to this game. But let's say Skull's not even up, because let's just ignore that for a second. You take your wolves, you take your Gromp. What are your choices? Because you went this way and then this way instead of Gromp, wolves, you know, which kind of leads you onto here, continuing farming. You went this way, and then you went this way. So you kind of want to make a proactive play on the top side of the map. What are your options? You can gank mid. You can check bushes for wards. You can place your, you know, alongside with, that's kind of on the way. You can gank top. You can gank mid. You can check bushes for wards. You can place your own pink in the enemy jungle. You can invade, right? But the thing is, after you make one of these plays, or like, you know, if the play is just checking wards, it's kind of up to you. If you literally cleared like 2 pink wards, you probably want to go B at that point, and then go back to jungling, right? But dude, this game is so variable. That's why the VOD is, you know, when I'm writing down the notes, I'm gonna try and like explain these things to you. But for example, if you kill wolves, and this might be a little bit too much information. Let me know. If you kill wolves and then Gromp, and then you're walking here and you kill 2 pinks here, you like your goal is go B, and then start jungling again. But if you do kill these 2 pinks, and then you see the enemy jungler walk by here, for example, like with a ward, because he's taking your wraiths, or you have a feeling somehow that he's taking your wraiths, then what do you want to do? You want to go check his wraiths, you know? Although with that like double killing pink thing, you should have already been deep to place a normal ward here, which by the way, this is amazing, a normal ward here. If his wraiths aren't there, you press B. If his wraiths are there, then you place a ward here and you take them. If you have a pink, you place it here. You know, there's so many variables and there's so many things you can do in League, but just to give you, like, again, just to summarize that point right there very generally, when you're doing your normal pathing, right, you take your whole top side, I think it's a really good idea to make a play. Now, that play is up to you. And that play doesn't have to include, like, other champions. That play can be invade with pinks. And after that, after you make a play, you want to press B. Because after you make that play, if you do wolves and then Gromp and then kill somebody and then invade again, you've already overstayed because you're not pushing your advantage that you just gained, and they know where you are, right? And you're spending too much time on a base. So after you make a play, go B. That was also one of your issues, which it's evident throughout the VOD and throughout the game, okay? Cool. So I don't want to get too into depth because, man, I could speak about League all day and all the variables and things that could happen, okay? But yeah, it's up to you to make the decision there. But luckily for you, man, your issue isn't really micro and you know, luckily for you, your mistakes are very obvious, okay? Which is a good thing. You know, you don't want to be like, man, you don't even make mistakes of like teamfight mistakes, okay? And then be very evident, because teamfight mistakes are very difficult to fix. It just requires you like playing a lot of League and knowing what each champion will do in a team fight and knowing how the enemy team will position. Okay, but your mistakes are literally macro with yourself and the jungle, so they're very easy to fix. I'm gonna spend some time on your notepad tonight. It's gonna be really good notes for you. Okay, so check this VOD again if you want. Now I'm gonna go back onto the websites. Pro Bowls is amazing for you. You started the game with the wrong rune. What else do you want to do? Oh, also another really big tip for you. Okay, I want to make a guide also separately for this. Like for the general things outside of game, like for example, pro builds or this. Okay, or like op.gg, what I'm trying to say is I don't want you to be like, I'm not trying to point out to you like, yo, pick different champions. I don't really care what champions you want to play. If you want to play Rengar and climb with Rengar, I'll teach you how to specifically climb with Rengar. But here, what I want you to do, okay, when you win a game, okay, this is how pretty much everyone feels in League of Legends. You win a game and then you're like, oh yeah, 18 LP. But then you lose a game and you're like, oh man, fuck, I lost 18 LP. Right? Like the losses are so much, that was horrible acting. But it's just human nature that like negatives are much more impactful than positives. Okay, so yeah, no problem, man. Honestly, my pleasure. Like I really like talking about League, so don't worry about it at all. And again, I'll be following up with you in like 3+ weeks. Okay, 2 to 3+ weeks, sometime in the future. So what do you want to do instead of like, your plat 3 73 LP? Let's say I want to hit plat 2 by the end of the day. Now, instead of I want to hit plat 2 by the end of the day, even though I do say these kind of things during stream, I don't really think them, okay? What you want to do instead of plat 2 by the end of the day is I want to be 20 wins above losses. Period. Doesn't matter how long it takes. So, okay? So now, every time that you win a game, just press play next. And you really want to get into that mentality and force yourself to like not look at small wins and losses. You want to be 20 wins above losses. Now, whether that hits, let's say an example that might happen for you when you're 530 to 510, right? Maybe you win the next, maybe you know what I mean. Like when you're 530 wins and 510 losses, that's a 20 win-loss difference. Okay. It might happen when you're at that many wins and losses, but that's your goal. Okay, you want to be 20 wins more than losses, and that'll help you so much because then you can just increase it from there. I want to be, again, 20 wins more than losses. I want to be 10 more wins than losses, whatever your goal is. Okay, and that's kind of like a long-term goal that you can focus on, and it helps me at least kind of focus on not really caring about specific games and just being like, you know what, this loss doesn't matter. Okay, it puts me from, for example, it puts me from 3 losses more than wins to 4 losses more than wins. But I want to be at 20 wins more than losses. It's a small thing. If you lose like 10 games in a row, then you can be like, okay, I'm much farther than my goal. But even if you win one game or you lose one game, it's not that big of a difference between your 20 win difference that you're trying to achieve. Okay, so you want to set like a big goal for yourself, specifically that one. Okay, so instead of like plat 2, be like, I want 20 wins more than losses, or I want to hit diamond. Right, like set yourself bigger goals, and don't care about the small things. Okay. Cool. I hope that helps, Eli.